when it comes to making money with crypto, timing isn't an important thing. It's the only thing that matters. Someone that buys at the bottom of the market versus someone that buys at the top of the market is the difference between someone that makes a lot of money and someone that loses a lot of money. In general, the person that has a closer prediction to how the market is going to play out is the person that is going to be making the most money. Now, there's an important aspect to this bull run and future bull runs in the crypto market that I think is super important to understand. Like, this is a very important video to watch, so I highly recommend you guys watch this. But before we get into it, please drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this. So first of all, I want you guys to ignore my voice. I'm recovering from an illness right now. In any case, I posted a tweet basically going over how long each bull run has lasted when it comes to Bitcoin and thus the larger cryptocurrency market in general. If we measure bull runs and the bull cycle from the bottom, we can see that in 2011, it was about 200 days of a certified bull run. Then the 2014 bull run, there was about 700 days. And in the 2018 bull run, there was 1,100 plus days. Now, these are rough numbers, but you get a basic idea that the pattern forming here is that each bull run lasts longer than the last. A big misconception that I think a lot of people make is assuming that what happened the last bull run in terms of the length of time is going to be exactly the same as it is now, even though there's no reason to believe that is going to be the case. In fact, with the data that we have available, it's pretty clear that we are seeing two trends emerging. One is that there's diminishing returns for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in terms of how much you can gain. That's kind of to be expected as the market capitalization increases. The other is that the bull cycle is lengthening after each one. Now, this is super important to understand because, you know, if you're trying to time the market, if you're trying to buy Bitcoin when it's low and sell when it's high and repeat that, I've made videos about that before, but if you do that, you can quite easily turn 100K into a million, 1 million into 10 million, 20 million, 100 million plus. Like, you can do that, you know, if you have the balls to do so. And an important factor to consider is the changing nature of upcoming crypto bull runs. That is A, diminishing returns, and B, lengthening bull cycle. To like prove the point, here's a chart of Bitcoin. You know, this is a logarithmic chart. Down here we're at $5 a coin, and up here we're at the current price of 50K. So if we go over this bull run and measure it to the top, we can see that it's about 700 days. Then in the 2018 bull run, we can see about 1,100 days. If we measure from this point, we're at the bottom here, we're currently about 1,000 days in. There's good reason to believe that, you know, we could reach the peak in about 1,500 days with this bull run. That's a rough number, but it's in line with the patterns that we're seeing with these bull cycles. The other thing that I was claiming is that, you know, the cryptocurrency market isn't going to be the same as it is now, where, you know, a Joe Schmo can just become rich with a bull run. When we get into the next bull run, you know, I think if you time the market perfectly, I think you can get a 10x with Bitcoin, but you're not going to be getting like the 40x that you could probably get with this bull run. You know what I'm saying? And just to like prove that point, going from the bottom to the top here, that's about a 45,000% increase. 2018 bull run, and that was about a 7,000% increase. The gains that are being made with Bitcoin is getting less and less, and thus the larger cryptocurrency market as well. That is kind of to be expected. Like, it's not just going to be parabolic gains each bull run. Like, the market capitalization is going to reach a certain point where you can't just bump up or crash the price like you used to be able to. You know, as the market capitalization just gets higher and higher, it gets harder and harder to pump and dump it. That is a necessary part for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to become mainstream. If you're a boomer, right, and you've got a lot of money, you're at a certain age where you're not really interested in taking huge volatile risks with like new thing. You're not that interested in hyper volatile assets. You want something that's more of a surefire guarantee. Boomers are the ones that actually have money, like people my age and people in their 30s. That's us, but we're not the guys with money. Like, the guys with actual capital are boomers, and those guys are not interested in Bitcoin going down by 50% in an hourly candle. They want to stay clear from that. You know what I'm saying? They're only going to buy in when the market capitalization is at a certain high threshold where it's more of a surefire guarantee that they'll make money. That's what they want. You know, a lot of the times people ask, You know, who would buy a $100,000 Bitcoin? That's like something people on crypto Twitter say. And I don't know how people say that with a straight face, because people assume everybody is like them. Like boomers running hedge funds, 9 figures, 10 figures of money to put into assets. They aren't looking for a hyper volatile 10x. They're looking for a surefire gain, because once you have a certain amount of money, you're not interested in hyper volatile assets. You want a surefire guarantee, or as close to a guarantee as possible. Let's say you have $100 million. If you 2x, you've made $100 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to take huge risks and go into hyper volatile things. That's why, you know, institutions came into cryptocurrency so slowly, because they've already got so much money. Their priorities are different to some guy with a few $1,000s in their MetaMask. They're more interested in a close to surefire guarantee to make money, as opposed to a real shot in the dark, which is what the early adopters of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency took. When people ask, would someone buy a $100,000 Bitcoin? Yeah, of course. Probably people with a lot more money than the person saying that would. You know, that's going to be more and more of a factor. That boomer money is going to come in. It becomes a lot less volatile as it is today in this bull run. Just recently, we saw Bitcoin took a huge dip down in like a single candle. You know, there's a lot of people that are risk adverse that are going to see that and be like, F this. I'm not putting my money into Bitcoin. The diminishing returns and higher market capitalization is a good thing in the long run. If you want your asset to become big, you need the boomer money. You can't just rely on guys like me, you know what I'm saying? No matter how you measure this, there is a trend that each cycle is lengthening. Bottom to bottom, top to top, you know, however you do it, the pattern is the same. And that is that each cycle is lengthening. So when people believed that the end of the bull run was coming in, you know, Q4 of this year, I think they're making the false assumption that, you know, this cycle is going to last exactly the same length of time as it did in the 2018 bull run. That's never been the case. You know, unfortunately with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, like, this is all like so new. Like, we only have like a decade of data to work with, which is better than nothing. It is a short amount of data. Like, what we can gather from this is that, you know, we're looking to see a market top going into 2022, you know, some would even say going into 2023, which is a big stretch. I'm more of the belief that we'll see a top around halfway through 2022. That would be in line with the trend that we're seeing, the lengthening cycle trend. We just look at all the other indicators for, you know, when a market top has been. It really doesn't look like we're near the top of the bull run. For me, my target has always been around a 120k Bitcoin somewhere halfway through next year. That's kind of where I'm feeling, but I'm just a guy. I'm like everybody else, just working with the limited information that has been given to me. So by no means is my opinion ironclad, but I think what I'm saying holds some weight. I don't think I'm just talking out of my rear end here. You can see evidence that there is a pattern forming here. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this. This is Zero Waiting signing out.